is finally starting to find his voice when it comes to all of this Gypsy Rose nonsense. And look, obviously I don't know the guy. I could be wrong, but he gives me the impression that he's kind of a chill, laid back, probably more of a soft-spoken, timid dude. And you know, it's easy. When you're someone like that, it's easy for your voice to be drowned out, you know, in the midst of all of this chaos that's coming from Gypsy and those around her. And, you know, Ryan's kind of been swirling around, really trying to get a hold of what is actually happening, because it's been a real whirlwind. And like I said, his voice has been drowned out, and all we hear is that squeaky, demonic sound of, I'm on a high right now, nothing can bring me down. You know, like, oh my God. But, you know, I really get the sense that Ryan was kind of a normal dude that was not expecting the amount of chaos that has been brought into his life. And he's slowly trying to figure out how to navigate the situation and how to properly express himself and how to really react to his own emotions, because he went from being married to this woman in prison, thinking that they had their whole future together. She gets out, they're thrusted on a reality show, there's cameras everywhere. Next thing you know, she's running off with some other dude, and it's just a lot of chaos. And, you know, some people thrive in chaos. Gypsy thrives in chaos. You could literally tell the difference between Gypsy and Ryan as to how they're handling this situation. Gypsy's out getting makeovers and Ryan is depressed at home. Because Gypsy is thriving in the chaos that she is creating, not only in her own life, but in the life of others. Whereas Ryan is kind of drowning. He's drowning under all of this nonsense. But he's become more comfortable and he's become more confident in finding his voice. And he's been doing these little TikTok live streams, and they're really harmless. I have yet to hear him say a single negative thing about Gypsy. In fact, I've tuned in a few times and the dude is like chilling, playing with his dog, talking about WWE professional wrestling and stuff like that. And of course, you know, he gets questions about Gypsy and their relationship in the TV show, but never does he'll be truthful, but he's never negative towards Gypsy. I haven't heard him say one bad thing. And, you know, throughout this process, Gypsy has a support system. She has that family backbone that is there for her, and she's got that new guy that she ran off with, Ken. Ryan doesn't have really anyone that I know of. So Ryan, I think, has, you know, taken comfort in doing some of these live streams and having people to talk to, you know, in the middle of this depressing situation. But guess what? Guess who has a problem with Ryan's live streams? You guessed it, Gypsy Rose. So Gypsy Rose has been rude to Ryan lately. She doesn't talk to him much, but she has been sure to get in contact with Ryan to let him know that she does not like him doing his live streams. Gypsy wants Ryan to stop live streaming on TikTok. Now think about that. This is a woman that left her husband for another dude after only being together physically, you know, outside of prison for a few months. And she's trying to dictate what Ryan is doing in his life. Mind you, Gypsy is actively posting on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. She's literally doing live streams all the time with her ex-fiance / new boyfriend / the guy that she ran off, you know, with on her husband. She's doing radio talk shows, morning shows. She has a reality show. She has book deals. But somehow, some way, she still finds the time to worry about what Ryan is doing and try to prevent Ryan from having any outlet in which he can express himself or tell his side of the story. Now, it would be one thing if Gypsy Rose wasn't in front of any cameras and she wasn't doing anything and she didn't want Ryan doing these live streams or answering any questions about them. But no, she throws her face in front of every camera she can. Most of the time, it's heavily filtered, so we really don't know what this girl looks like in real life. But she's live streaming all the time, posting on Instagram all the time. She just did a Q&A on YouTube not that long ago. But she doesn't want Ryan live streaming. Even though he's not saying anything negative about her at all, she doesn't want Ryan live streaming. Why is this? Maybe because she wants to be in control of the narrative? And right now, I mean, all Ryan has is his measly little live streams that he does on TikTok or on Instagram. Gypsy has millions of followers across all of these social medias. She has an opportunity to talk to any news outlet she wants whenever she wants. TMZ, you name it. She's got the TV show. She has book deals coming out the behind. But she doesn't want Ryan having one single outlet where he could tell his side of the story that will challenge her victimhood narrative. And it's not like Ryan is bashing her or really exposing too much. He's just like, hey, I'm not this big bad guy. That's all. But she doesn't want that. She hates it, and she's trying to shut him down. She's trying to get him to stop. And I don't think he should. In fact, if it's bothering Gypsy, then he should double down and live stream even more. Because when has Gypsy taken anything? When has she taken Ryan or Ryan's feelings into consideration at all? Do you think that maybe Ryan doesn't want you live streaming with your new boyfriend? Answering questions with your new boyfriend? Cracking jokes about how you left Ryan? I think Ryan probably doesn't like that. But he has no power over you, and he hasn't asked her to stop. But let's go ahead and roll this clip. Let's listen to a little bit of what Ryan has to say, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Gypsy does not like me going live. I do know that. I do know that she is not happy with me going live. But here's the thing is, I still haven't said anything negative about Gypsy. Let's do another poll. I'm kind of curious about this. Real quick. All right. Have I been negative to Gypsy? All right. If I have been negative, give me blue. If I've been not been negative, give me red. So blue means I have been negative to Gypsy. Red means I have not been. Have y'all seen me see anything negative to Gypsy? There's an elephant. I like those. Okay, so give me some negative comments I've said about Gypsy there. Give me some negative ones. Let's see. I haven't seen any negative comments because I haven't. I haven't been negative. So, here's what it is. All right, so most people say red. Thank y'all for that. Because that thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to go live with people, not right now. I appreciate it. Guys, y'all will see in the episodes. I'm in the rest of the episodes, guys. Like, I'm in the whole season. Like, I'm not cut out. Like, we still got plenty of things to do. In the last night's episode, guys, did we get Pixie yet? Have we gotten Pixie? Have y'all seen it? Have they done an episode where we've got Pixie? Because I haven't seen it. Yep. So y'all have so now we do have Pixie in the show. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard for me to watch the show. Like, for real. It's very it's very difficult for me to watch the show because it just is what it is, guys. I lived it. So I know what happened. I know what happened, guys. I lived it. I went through it. Guys, filming is a different process. Filming is a different process. Thank you for the Racing Rover, Alyssa. You know, filming is a different process, and it's work. It's work. Look, Pixie, let's see. Pixie, where you going, baby? Pixie, look. Don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. You always pull the stuffing out of that. You rip that hole. Look what you're doing. Flip the pole, flip it. Pixie, quit that. Guys, I'm still looking out. I'm still figuring out how to do this live. So I don't know. Like, there's many things I can do. And if Gypsy's in here, sorry Gypsy for her fighting with you over text, over with Ken, fighting with Ken over text. Shouldn't have done that. And yeah, in our conversation, I did ask how you were, because I am genuinely curious how you're doing, because we are going through this show thing, and I am curious about you. Like, it's what it is. I can't help it. I do still care, whether you want me to or not. So, that's what it is. I need to move on. I know. But guys, I spent like I said at the beginning of this thing, today was the first time I met her 3 years ago. July 2nd, I shot fireworks off for tonight, like 3 years ago. If y'all ever heard that story, that's a good story. But yeah, I shot fireworks for her off tonight, 3 years ago. So yeah, I need to move on. But guys, I have my moments where I miss her, and today's one of them. Because, like I said, I met her 3 years ago for the first time. We talked for a year and like a month before I got to meet her. So guys, you got to realize, I get it. Like, here's the thing. I get it completely if Gypsy was just my girlfriend. I get it completely. Like, need to move on. Boom. Gone. It's over. Girlfriend. But we were legit married, guys. Like, married for a year and 8 months. Like, communication between us has like really just stopped. So it's one of those where we really just stopped. So even after she left, we talked a lot. So, you know, it's hard for me. I'm just being honest, guys. It's hard for me now that the show started that communication with us is not what it was. It's difficult. Like, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's extremely difficult. It's been brutal, actually. You know, I wasn't lying when I said June was probably the hardest month that I've ever had to deal with. You know, like, we started this show together. And at one point in the show, we wanted to end the season with us being remarried at the Degas house. All right, that was talked of. We did want to do that. And then things changed. You know, like, we realized, you know, things changed in life. And so it's hard watching the show that we did together and to know how it all ends. And not to have that communication with her is hard. Like, I'm not going to lie, it's very hard.
You know, I always tell people that life has a way of coming full circle. And boy, oh boy, has this come full circle. I mean, honestly, folks, they can pull the wool over everyone else's eyes, but I think that the majority of you all here can see things for what they are. You see, they've painted this narrative out that Ryan is this controlling dude. Meanwhile, Gypsy is in a whole nother relationship with another man that she ran off with, and she's still trying to control Ryan. Still trying to manipulate Ryan, trying to stop Ryan from talking to other people. And isn't that crazy? You see, they tried to paint this narrative that, oh, Ryan was going to isolate Gypsy away from her family or keep her separated from her family. But what is Gypsy doing right now? Gypsy is trying to isolate Ryan. Gypsy is trying to isolate Ryan, trying to take away whatever outlets he has to tell his side of the story, or to blow off steam, or to express himself, or to say whatever he wants to say. And the audacity of her, like, if it were me, oh boy, she would have gotten a mouthful. But the audacity, like, you're literally laid up with some other dude. You're calling me, getting in contact with me to let me know that you're bothered by me live streaming? While you're live streaming with some other dude and you're on every freaking TV show, talk show, every freaking news article I can think of, your face is everywhere, and you're telling me you don't want me to live stream? I just think that's absolutely insane. But it's not insane for someone like Gypsy, who's used to getting her way, and I wouldn't be surprised if eventually she does manipulate Ryan into remaining silent, even though he's not saying anything bad. But you see, Gypsy needs to be painted in a perfect light. Gypsy doesn't want there to be any questions. She doesn't want there to even be a possibility of people seeing through her BS. Even though it's so easy for me to see through, I don't understand how she still has some people tricked. I mean, looking at what she's done post-prison, how can anyone still be in her corner? Yet some people are, and that's because she has a whole team that has her back. She has a family that has her back. She has a reality show that has her back. So Ryan, in many ways, he's up against the world right now. He's up against the world. All Ryan has is, maybe he can express himself to some random strangers online. But Gypsy wants him so isolated. She wants him sitting in his house, no contact with anyone, depressed, only thinking about her, fawning over her, trying to get in contact with her. Because I think Gypsy likes that Ryan and Ken are fighting over her, even though Gypsy is not someone worth fighting over. Why are you fighting over someone that's probably going to kill you in your sleep one day? Because, I mean, let's be real. How do you think this ends? I would not ever sleep in the same room or the same house, probably not even the same neighborhood as Gypsy Rose, because I know what she's capable of. And her being capable of manipulating people in the way she has is more dangerous than someone that pulls the trigger or does the act themselves. But it's funny because a lot of the things that they're accusing Ryan of, Gypsy is guilty of. But we see that all the time. It's the pot calling the kettle black. It's projection. It's projection. So all of this controlling, isolating, all of those buzzwords they used for Ryan, we're now starting to learn that it's actually true of Gypsy. And folks, we don't really know much, because Ryan is not willing to take it there and let us know the full brunt of the truth. So if anything, she should be happy that Ryan is happy doing these little live streams without bashing her, because most people would have spilled the beans and spilled all of the tea by now. But that still may come. We just have to wait and see. For now, though, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.